All right. So again, welcome to Chem 1A. This meeting is simply for orientation purposes. And a lot of the stuff I'm going to talk about is already on your Canvas course page. But like I said, well, I was commenting to some of you before we started. This is a way for you guys to look at me, see my face. Sorry about that. Again, please keep your microphones muted. And you don't have to put your video on, it doesn't matter. Hopefully we'll get to see your faces at some point in our office times. So I'm going to walk you through the course, a few elements of it. When you start your first lecture, which is already pre-recorded and it's posted in our website, I'll show you where that is later on, you will get to hear about a little bit of my biography, my teaching philosophy, some things like that. And then we'll go into our first actual lecture. In other words, in this session that we're doing now, I am not going to go into any lecture material, any topics from the course. Everything you can access asynchronously. It's a mouthful, right? It's a long word. Sorry about that. And this meeting that we're having is going to be recorded. So if you want to check back on something later on, that's fine. You can go back. It'll probably not post until tomorrow morning because I have other commitments after this class, and so I probably won't be able to upload it until tomorrow, but it will be available for you, okay? And also for students who are not here physically, just want to let you know, don't worry, you're not going to miss anything. It's all going to be recorded, okay? Um, at this time, I wanted to give a chance to our supplemental instruction leader, Alexa Gonzalez, and I can direct you to the announcement that was made earlier this morning. She posted a video and some information. So that is our supplemental instruction program. She did a great job putting together the information, and hopefully it'll be enough for you guys to see that. Starting probably next week, we'll be having those supplemental instruction sessions. Please read the information so you know what the expectations are, what that SI session is and what it is not, okay? Perfect. If you have any questions, please post them on the chat box over here. And again, if your problems are of a technical issue, I probably will not be able to help you. I'm gonna take frequent breaks. The reason being that, as I mentioned, I think on one of my emails, or as some of you may know, I've developed some problems with the neck, with my cervical spine. And so my physical therapist has instructed me to not do more than 15 minutes at a time of sitting at the desk. So I forgot to put my timer, but hopefully we'll get a kind of like a natural break here or there. Okay, so let me take you to our Canvas page. And so what we're gonna do first of all is figure out how do we get there. So let me put us on share screen here. Uh, what you will see here is the standard lbcc.edu homepage. So there are several ways you can access our Canvas homepage. One of them is right here. There's a link that says Canvas LMS. And what that will do is it opens a page that explains the system. And then there's a button here that you can click and it'll open up your Viking portal sign up space here. All right. So that's one way you can do it. Now, from your own homepage, whatever that is, mine is just the Google homepage, you can simply type in the address bar lbcc.instructure.com. I guess I already had it in there in the memory, but that is another way that you can access the same portal here. All right. And the third way you can do it is, again, from the homepage, you can go, let me turn this off here. From the homepage, you can simply click the link here that says Viking Portal, and that will open directly to the same sign-in page. So again, some of the way things look might be a little different than mine because I'm logging in as an employee. You guys will be logging in as students, but a lot of this will be the same. So if I can remember what my login is, I think that's it. Let's see if it works. I do remember my password, which is kind of a miracle in and of itself, and log in. And again, once more, the Viking portal has a bunch, like a dashboard of cards, and my view will probably be different than yours, but all I want you to see here is, first of all, you should be able to access the Cranium Cafe, which is where you can access counseling services, all right? And in our case, what's important is the Canvas link here. So I'm gonna use this one to go in. So this is gonna open, again, the same, once I've logged in, here are our dashboard of classes. And again, your page will look a little different, but you should have a bunch of cards. And then make sure you find our class here, General Chemistry. This is Chem 1A, 2020 fall. You are either in section 70359 or 70799. And you can click in there, and that should open to our homepage. Okay. Let me go back here for a few moments, see if anybody has any questions on the chat box, and I'll be right back to this. Okay, any questions? Thank you, Victor, for the recommendation. I don't have any money to buy any other equipment, but hopefully the university might at some point give me some accommodations, but thanks for thinking about me, all right? One of your colleagues was asking me if I consider a laptop stand, so basically kind of like being in a better position. I don't have any money right now to buy any extra equipment, so. But I think according to the indications of my doctor and my physical therapist, I may need to get some accommodations provided by the university. Okay, so let's go ahead and go back here to our screen where we were. Okay, here is our homepage. Now, what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to switch this view to something that's called student view. So this is more like what you will see when you access our Canvas homepage, okay? Except for the bar in the bottom here. This is a way they use to help instructors kind of like get an idea of what the students are seeing and to check to make sure that what we have posted is actually visible. So a couple of things about this here is, first of all, you want to look at this left side here. I'm going to see if my cursor is visible. Has a set of different things. This is called the global navigation bar. And from here, you can switch to other courses you might be taking. What I'd like for you to keep in mind is that in here are two very important things. One is the help link, which opens up to a lot of resources for Canvas and for other things. So any questions you have, you want to go in here. And if you have questions, they have guides, tutorials, all kinds of stuff. The other one is the inbox. This is, at this point, it's not going to work because, like I said, it's on the student view. And I don't have like a quote unquote student ID account in here. But this is the way that I would prefer you communicate with me using the inbox. It's an internal messaging system. And the reason why I preferred it is because on my iPhone, I have the Canvas app and it gives me notifications. So if you post a message here, I'm going to get it right away. You can send me emails or text me. I have that information on the syllabus. However, the problem with that is that I don't check those as frequently. All right. So let's come back here to our homepage. And then let's show you the next column here on the left side. This is called the course navigation bar. Okay. And in here, you can find many important things, including connections to the Student Technology Help Desk, which is where you can get your questions answered about technology issues. We have here an online learning link. You can also use that. And then, of course, the different things you'll connect. And I'm going to walk you through those, okay? So let's do one of these things, and then we're going to take, we'll do a couple of these things, and we'll take a short, like 2-minute break for me to kind of stretch and walk around, and then I'll be right back, okay? So one of the ones I want you to see is, I told you how you can connect to me via the inbox. Like I said, you can also use email, or you can also use my text message phone, but I don't check those as frequently, whereas the inbox messages I will get right away. Okay, so let's look at the way that I'm connecting with you. That's the announcements here. So it is very important that you frequently check these announcements. Okay, and the one I want to bring out to you right now is this one from Alexa, our SI, or Supplemental Instruction Leader. Please check that. There's a link to a video there, which she just removed the password that was in there. So again, it's very important that you check these announcements. Now, supposedly, your email address should be linked to this announcements section. In other words, every time I post an announcement here, you should get that announcement in the form of an email. Also, if you have the Canvas student app, you should also be able to get notifications there when announcements pop into our course page. So please, get yourself ready, get on board these communications, and make sure you check these announcements on a daily basis. If not, maybe morning and afternoon. I typically don't post anything important like that in the evenings, except I might post things, but my idea is that you'll get it in the morning. So that would be, to me, the strategy to follow, okay? Again, if you have questions, put them on the chat box. I cannot see the chat box while I'm on the share screen mode here. So please give me some moments to come back to the chat box, okay? Please let me take you here to our syllabus. And this is a special section here, and it has all of the information that you need for the course. My perspective is the syllabus is kind of like our contract. This is our contract between you and me, and all the information you need for the course should be in here. So I'm going to walk you through that. Now, let me come back here a little bit, just briefly check if there are any kinds of questions here. Okay, somebody's asking about the textbook. I'm going to go over that in a moment. All right. And okay, so let's go back here. I want us to go to the syllabus. Now, I'm not going to use the screen from your Canvas page. I'm going to use the one here, the original document. If you guys want, I can give you this later on. I can post it also. I didn't do it because I didn't want to overwhelm you with files to download and stuff. But this is exactly the same information, except that I went ahead and I highlighted in yellow some parts. Please let me know if you have any problems seeing the yellow. So this is the same thing as is on the Canvas page. All right. So here we go. First of all, student hours. I do have this, sometimes it's called office hours for instructors. Right now I have a setup here, but be aware that I'm gonna have to change this probably after a consultation with my doctor and my physical therapist. But these won't start until next week, and it is very likely that I'm gonna be changing these. So right now what I'm gonna do here is, let me go over that and let me cross it out because it's probably not going to be what it is there. Okay. Okay. Very good. Hopefully you already saw my welcoming video on Canvas, and a lot of this information I'm going through here was navigation through Canvas, and hopefully you got the information there. Okay. Don't forget, this class is totally asynchronous. I love that word. The only meetings that are going to be mandatory are exam times. Those are going to be delivered at a specific day and time. They are not open-ended. So those are the dates that are important. I'll go back to that at the end of the syllabus. Okay. As to what are some of the things you need, please go through those. I wanted to highlight two things. Number one, software. You need to be able to view PowerPoint files. You're going to have to be able to draw graphs. Our software of choice here at LBCC is Microsoft Excel. You also need a word processor. I mean, Microsoft Word, Google Docs, whatever you have, forget what the Mac equivalent is. but you should be able as an LBCC student to access the Office 365 suite. If you have problems with any of that, again, go to our various tech help desk links. You're going to be submitting your homework in the form of files that are uploaded. And like it says here, we prefer the PDF format. So, I mean, if you have a word processor, you're going to be allowed to upload doc files. If you don't, you can use PDF, portable document format. It's very universal format. And I have in here a few ideas about how to convert your files or even your handwritten notes that you take pictures of into PDF files, okay? Textbook. We are using Chemistry, a Molecular Approach by Nevaldo Tro. Now, as a student, you were automatically enrolled in a program that charges you the cost, which is actually not $57.49, I think it's now $55.79 or something like that, but whatever that is. And that shows up as a fee that you paid. Now, let's say that you already took this course before. You already have the book, or you had chosen to buy on the used book market, let's say the 4th edition or the 3rd edition. In that case, you can opt out. And in our Canvas page, there is a whole section there that explains how you can opt out of the edition here that we're using, okay? All right, let's go on here. Here's a little few things about navigation through the thing. Participation and attendance, to take them all in one shot. Of course, this is not a synchronous course, so I don't have any way of assessing your quote unquote attendance or participation because we don't have any live sessions. So the way it works is that you are going to be evaluated by your diligence in turning assignments in a timely and complete manner. And if somebody misses more than 3 assignments in a row without a legitimate excuse, you could be dropped for non-participation. Please be mindful of deadlines. This is one of the things that is hardest to do in an online course, to keep track of when assignments are due. I have a few things to help you out, but remember, it's your responsibility to make sure you know when a lab report, homework, or whatever is due, or when an exam is going to be, on what's the latest day you have to take a quiz. All right. We have 4 partial exams this semester and 1 comprehensive. All of those exams will be on Canvas, and questions vary. I will give you a couple of practice tests, kind of like from years ago, just so you get an idea of the types of questions that we asked in an exam, okay? But again, the exams must be taken during the scheduled dates and times. So if you have any conflicts, please reach out to me, a week ahead, not less than 48 hours before the test. Otherwise, I will not be able to accommodate your request. I already mentioned that you need to keep track of announcements. Use the inbox preferably to communicate with me. Like I said, I do have a text messaging. You can see here, I have a text message number, and I have an email here. But like I said, I don't check those as often, so I would prefer, if you could, to use the Canvas inbox. As I said before, I'm going to develop a program for being able to meet with you one-on-one during student hours. Okay. Grades. Everybody wants to know about grades. Well, there are different kinds of assignments. Please read through the types of assignments that we have and what are the special rules for them. Okay. And each one of these is a category. And these categories essentially are added up. All the assignments in a given category are added up, and then they are assessed a weight % contribution. So for example, your lab reports are going to be worth 25% of your grade. So read down here where it explains how we calculate your excuse me, your total points. Okay. I don't know if you're familiar with this style of doing grades. Maybe other instructors just simply use total points. I do assess, I do award different percentages to each category. All right, so that's how it's gonna work. And please make sure you read this here. It says no makeups for missed assignments. Now, hey guys, I understand the, oops, sorry, what happened here? I missed my spot. Oops, that's not it. Where am I? Oh, here we go. There are no makeups. But like I said, I understand the times we are living. I understand the situations many students have. So what I want you to do is talk to me. All right. If you have any problems with, internet access or work, overtime or anything that gets in the way, what I want you to do is talk to me. Okay. I am very accommodating. And as you will see in your first lecture video, I operate on the principle of mutual trust. All right. So trust me, I can work things out with you. Uh, Attendance policy, like I said, I don't keep record of attendance. I will monitor though the amount of time students are in Canvas. So, but in that case, what you might get is like a note from me saying, I noticed you've only been, 15 minutes into your Canvas course page this week. I just want to encourage you to make sure that you're on top of things. All right. Read through the support services. LBCC is committed to your success. We have all kinds of resources. Please read through this section. And if you ever feel you have a special need or anything, and you can't find it here, just contact me. I'll put you in touch with the right agencies. And again, it's a sensitive subject, but let me bring it up, although I sent an announcement earlier today. There is a set of programs in the school to help students who are going through any kind of problems with, food or a place to stay or things like that. Also, there's an emergency aid program where you can probably get, besides, help with those kind of things, also maybe that we have a lending program for Chromebooks and laptops. So if you don't have the necessary equipment, you can try that out, okay? If you have any questions, contact me and I'll basically put you in touch with whoever you need to talk to. Okay, what are the rules? We are doing this all online, and most of the stuff that's gonna happen is gonna be in writing. It's gonna be nonverbal. So because we are missing a lot of the context that a regular conversation has, it's important that we be on top of what's called netiquette. This is the set of kind of like consensus rules for interacting and communicating in an online environment where there is no face-to-face contact. So please make sure that you read through this and that you, kind of monitor and I would say, clean up your writing. Okay, language. I have a very low tolerance for inappropriate language, where it comes to either vulgarity, profanity, or any kind of language that is offensive to somebody else. And you might not think it is, but if I become aware that it is, your language is offensive to somebody, I will call you out. Okay, this is very important to me. As is academic integrity. I'll talk more about that later on. I put an announcement about this, but please read through this. There is really very low tolerance for cheating. I know that in an online environment, you probably have all kinds of tricks and stuff. I'm not a police officer, but there's one thing I know. Listen to this. You will be caught. Don't, I'm not kidding. You will be caught. So please don't entertain any notions about cheating. Better if you have any problems to talk to me and I can help you out. I can work with you. Okay, pretty good. Okay, some tips to succeed. I borrowed this actually from a survey I did with my students in the summer. And some of the things that I have here are things that they actually propose. Don't fall behind on your work. Do your assignments on time. Study every day. If you have any issues, ask for help. Those are things that my students in the summer thought were very key. And for that, I'm going to provide you with some resources. Let me close out by pointing out the exam dates and times. All exams are at 1 p.m. They're all going to be on a Wednesday of whatever these dates are. So what I want you to do is right now, make sure over the next couple of days to check that, put them in your calendar, put reminders, block that time out. The exam is going to be open for 2 hours. So once you start, you have 2 hours to finish it. So block out, 1 to 3 p.m. And you'll also have to, usually with exams, besides the answers, upload some of your scratch paper. So make sure that you give yourself plenty of time on those days. I'll talk more about those later on, okay? So let me come back here. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna take a short break, like 2 minutes, because I need to stretch and walk around because of my neck condition. And then when I come back, I'll address some of the questions that you have posted on the chat box, okay? We'll take a 2-minute break.